Hello, children. Today we are working on solving equations by multiplying and dividing. This is very similar to what we did yesterday, but instead of addition and subtraction, we are now multiplying and dividing. So, let's say I have an equation. I have an equation like 3w equals 30. Okay, so 3w equals 30. Now, what kind of equation, what kind of math is happening right here? What kind of math is happening when I have 3w? Well, 3w is the same thing as 3 times w equals 30. So when we're looking to solve our equations, just like we did last time with addition and subtraction, when we're looking to solve our equations, we want to think, okay, how can I do the opposite, the inverse operation of what's being asked from me? Well, the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide this side by 3, and I'm going to come over here, divide this side by 3. I now have w equals 30 divided by 3, which means w equals 10. So I have this equation now where I know that w equals 10 in my equation. Now, let's try it again. Let's say I have negative 7y equals negative 91. All right, again, I have this multiplication. I'm going to divide by negative 7. Come over here and divide by negative 7. Now, following my integer rules, negative divided by negative is positive. 91 divided by 7 is 13. So y here would equal positive 13. Okay, so this is very similar to what we've done before. Very, very similar to things we've done before. This is just now multiplication and division. Now, let's say I want to get into what it looks like if I'm dividing first, and then I want to multiply to get rid of it. So, if I'm dividing first, I might see a problem that looks like this. I might see a problem that looks like h divided by negative 3 equals 6. This, when it's written as a fraction like this means divided by. Okay, so knowing that that means divided by. So we want to think about, okay, well, what's the opposite of division? Well, it's multiplication. We're going to come over here. Times by negative 3, that cancels out my division. Do something to one side, do the same thing to the other, times by negative 3, I get h equals 6 times negative 3. H equals, well, positive times negative is negative. 6 times 3 is 18. H equals 18. Now, if I had, I don't know, let's change some colors up here. We'll go green, orange, and light gray. We'll say b divided by 4 equals negative 5. What would I do here? Once I do my inverse operation, what would my new math problem look like? Well, because I would times this side by 4, I would come over here and times this by 4. My new math problem would be b equals negative 5 times 4, which means b equals negative 20. All right, so yes, I know this is very easy. We're also going to ramp it up one more step and go into what a two-step equation might look like. We're putting these things together. We're going to see what does it look like if I have two steps in my equation. Well, when I have something like a two-step equation, I might see 2x plus 1 equals negative 7. Okay, this might be what I see when I have a two-step equation. So, the first thing I want to do when I have a two-step equation, two-step, is I want to isolate the term with the variable. What that means is get rid of every kind of number on this side that's not my variable. That's first step. Second step is I want to then isolate the variable all the time using my inverse operations. So all the time I'm doing these two steps, I'm still using my inverse operations. So if I had here, I would say, okay, well, this is the term with my variable, so I want to get rid of my other term up here. Whoops. Get rid of my other term, which would say I want to minus 1. Go over here and minus 1. This gives me 2x equals negative 7 minus 1. When I change opposite, that gives me negative 7 plus negative 1, which gives me 2x equals negative 8. I'm going to come down here, divide by 2, divide by 2. This is going to give me x equals negative 4. So those are my two steps. First, get rid of all the numbers I don't care about that don't attach to my variable. Then I'm going to get rid of the numbers that's attached to my variable. Those are my two steps. All right, look at this problem here. Let's say I have 3x plus 2 equals 14. All right, work through some of my questions here before you go, and we will see you tomorrow and talk about this some more then. Have a great rest of your night.